Ethics Commissioners were up here last week.
Okay. I'd like to call this meeting to order for the opening prayer and pledge allegiance.
If you would join me in prayer, please. Lord, most heaven, gracious Father, Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to come in your presence tonight. Lord, I pray you be with each member here tonight as we go about the business of the community. Lord, we thank you for the blessings you give to this community and the chance to serve it. Lord, I pray you continue to be with all of our employees in City Hall. Lord, be with our public works, our fire department, our police department. Lord, keep them safe. Lord, I pray you be with our military here and abroad. Lord, keep them safe and let us keep their families in our thoughts and prayers at all times. In your name we do pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there anyone here to speak before the council?
I don't have anybody here unless they're already up there. So
Pardon?
I don't have anybody down here unless.
No,
someone-
I have nothing. Reading of the minutes, January 16th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from January 16th.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. General fund warrant number 1600.
I'll make a motion to approve general fund warrant number 1600 as attributed.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Road fund warrant number 987.
I'll make a motion, we approve road fund warrant 987 as distributed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. First reading of resolution number 767, series 2024.
I'll make a motion for the reading by title only of resolution number 767, series 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. For informative, well, go ahead. You tell what it is.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to extend the contract 2 years with Technology Plus for city IT services. If you dig into the weeds of this on the agreement, you'll find that this is a renewal contract. Effectively, the renewal in the major contract, it's set for 2 one-year periods. But in discussions with Mr. Fox regarding this particular project, they're going to be carrying over with the police station and the amphitheater over 2 budget years. And consequently, rather than go through another renewal, we're going to extend it by renewal and agreement. The agreement occurs also in the contract where we can do that. So this being a resolution, Madam Mayor, you may entertain a motion for passage.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. First reading of resolution number 768, series 2024.
I make a motion for first reading of resolution 771, series 2024 by title only.
You said 771?
I thought that's what I'm looking at.
No, 768.
One right before that, Mark, Tim.
Okay.
I don't have a 771.
It's a printout that we
There is
just
one.
got. I make a motion for first reading of resolution 768 by series 2024 by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
A resolution relating to the approval of a revised CAT 2B development plan and landscape waiver as transmitted from the Louisville Metro Planning Commission for the following development: Waterson Trail Building Expansion at 2703 Waterson Trail. I see Mr. Russi's already at the podium, so I will adopt his summary as my own for the purposes of this resolution.
Okay, this is, as was stated a revised Category 2B development. They are asking for a landscape waiver. It's a building expansion on the building there that has the red circle on it. And that is the building expansion. It's 35 feet wide. The existing flooring company there, is my understanding, needs additional storage racking space in order to stay at that building. So that's why they have proposed this. It's a very narrow width building and a narrow width property there. So they're requesting a waiver of the 15-foot landscape buffer to the west, the left side, and the north. So you can see the vacant land there, and the red there indicates where they're requesting the waiver. To the left is Hunt and Knight Automotive, and they had submitted a letter of support for the waiver. And the property to the north, if you look at the aerial photo, there's actually hillside there and drainage feature. So they really weren't affected one way or the other on this.
I'll tell you what, these guys are on the ball. They've bought other foreign companies. They're expanding to Lexington and Indianapolis. They got something on the ball going.
I agree with you because they just opened this. We just did a ribbon cutting there and they're already expanding. So that's good.
Yeah.
Are they adding any employees?
That I don't know. I'm not sure if,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you for doing business in Jefferson Town. We appreciate it. Mhm.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, if Hunt and Knight's okay with it, I make a motion for approval.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Mayor, at the request of the engineer for the, on item 9, with respect to that resolution, the engineer for that owner has called in and requested that we remove this at this time and they'll come back later.
Okay. Then we will have the first reading of resolution number 770, series 2024.
I'll make a motion for first reading of resolution number 770, series 2024, by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to sign a service agreement with Pi Barker Fire and Safety, Inc. to provide fire protection services for the city of Jeffersontown, Kentucky. By way of summary, this is the company that currently has this particular contract, and this is a adoption of a new contract with them, which probably will carry over through the completion of the 2 major capital projects that are pending.
Is this a 1 year, 2 year? I didn't.
This
2-year with a 1.
2-year,
2 years.
2-year.
possible 1 year.
2-year.
Putting the alarm systems in. I don't know who's gonna inspect those after they're in, but they do all their undersea. One of the, I recommend it.
Not much of an increase and a recommendation from Mr. Fox that works with them. I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. First reading resolution number 771, series 2024.
Make a motion for first reading of resolution 771, series 2024,
Second,
title only.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
A resolution relating to the city of Jeffersontown being awarded a grant from Kentuckiana Regional Planning and Development Agency, KIPTA, to study downtown parking and transportation infrastructure plan and to authorize the mayor to execute the grant agreement. I believe Mr. Meunier is not at the podium yet, but he's headed that way to give a summary of this particular resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher. If you're aware, this is a resolution we've been talking about as we start to expand a lot of our economic development interest in our downtown. We wanted to have an opportunity to really study the parking issue in our downtown, not just current situations, but also when we incur new development opportunities. So we want to try to stay ahead of that curve. This is going to give us that opportunity to really know what we're going to be up against as we expand a lot of our economic development interest in our downtown. It also has a two-prong. It's going to look at a lot of our roadway networks in order to also support any of that future economic development interest. So we're fortunate that KIPTA did select us for this small little grant study. And if you recall, we did secure that one grant from the Transportation Cabinet for the Creating Vibrant Communities. You got that handout at the last council meeting. That's a 100% funded grant. So this grant, along with that one, should really hopefully set us up to where we can hopefully achieve some successes here in our downtown in the coming years. So,
I got a
unless there's
question.
any other specific questions.
I got a question. Have we done a study like this before?
There was a small parking one done way back in 2005. And so this is going to be a little bit of an update of that because a lot of the economic situation of our downtown has changed since then. And then the bigger part of it is going to be looking at really the downtown street network, what needs to probably be widened or open, what new streets need to connect up in order to open up new development opportunities for the downtown.
I make a motion for approval of resolution number 771, series 2024 by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Pam Ware.
Let's see, I have nothing to report. There is a DARE graduation February 28th, but we'll have another council meeting before then, so I can remind everybody. And then I had another parking situation, but I'm gonna get with Jimmy after that.
You want to talk about it? You don't want to talk?
No, it's something real simple.
Okay, okay. Mark Bloom.
No report.
Thank you, Mark. Allison.
no report.
Thank you. Tim Hall.
Economics got a lot to report. Everybody buckle up.
I'm
I
sure
even
you
had to
do.
I even had to do some notes here.
Well, let me, before you say that, I want to extend, just say a big thank you to all the work that you've been helping us with, and I really do appreciate it. And for you all to come up here in the cold weather and take these people out, and you and Mark Russell, we really do appreciate it because it was a cold night and I couldn't be there, and I really do appreciate what you did. So
You
thank
had
you.
other city business to attend to, so I liked where you were.
Okay.
Yes, we have quite a bit to report. 2 Mondays ago, Matt Meunier and the mayor, there are some students from a university that are doing urban development studies, and they have chosen us to do a project. So after about 45 minutes of sitting in the back, Mr. Russell, are you the president of the JETA board? Chair of the JETA board, and Dina from the chamber, we took these students and instructor around downtown Jeffersontown here. We pointed out all the public parking. We showed them the back streets, how they could be widened, like Matt just said. It was a Monday night, so it was kind of slow around here with the beach and Third Turn being closed. But we showed them kind of the different decor of the colonial style with the new renovation, the police station, the Remembrance Memorial, and kind of showing that that's kind of what we're looking for along here. Like I said, we pointed out the public parking. We gave updates on, we have a facade program to try to help entice people to beautify or renovate their front storefronts. We told about some different programs that we had there. We told them that we had some potential property owners along here that might be interested in selling if the opportunity would come. We told them about the vacant lot that the Jetta Board owns on College. We told them how we've explored chains coming to downtown Jeffersontown, but they always pick Blankenbaker and Hurstbourne Lane because of the density kind of stuff. We explained to them that, one of their questions was high rises. We explained to them that the city has a lot of high rises in other areas of town. May not be what we're looking for in Jeffersontown, but we didn't want to sway them. Of course, when we said multi-use properties, retail, second or third floor, maybe, they of course brought up residential. And Matt doesn't want to hear me say this, but I told him, I was like, my generation doesn't want to live here. We have enough residents in the area. We need attractions. But with the industrial park or the commerce park, if there's a transplant that comes in, they might be interested in living in a studio apartment or something here. So I was like, persuade me, show me. So, we explained to them that high rises here being 2 and 3 stories we're at a high elevation here. You can stand at our industrial park and look, or you can stand in the heart of downtown and look into the industrial park. So when you say a 3, 4, 5-story high rise, it's a lot bigger than what we're expecting here. So we went through a lot of that kind of stuff. We sat back down and talked to them for a little longer. They were very excited. They are a younger crowd. So of course they were talking about a lot of residents in the area. The Frankfurt Avenue, Clifton area, one of the ladies lives in there. So I was kind of like, that's kind of what we're looking for. So Matt, can you explain a little bit more? Like, is there a timeline on when they're coming back to us? And
Explain how they got here, Matt.
Yeah. A lot of times universities, especially at the graduate level, look for different projects to do. So sometimes they may approach, say, Home Builder Association, developing entities to be able to create an opportunity for these students to engage something in the real environment. And so this was kind of the same situation. These are 2 graduate level classes. And I know some of them through some of my professional associations. And so they decided they wanted to look at maybe doing a specific project that's local, that's to Jefferson County, and then some of the students have some familiarity already with Jeffersontown. Some of them went to high school here. One of them, I think, actually lived here. So they're very excited to come back and invest in the community that they were raised in. So that's going to bring a little unique perspective to it. But they decided that they want to kind of adopt this to really kind of look at 2 main things. One class is focused more on like a neighborhood type plan, and to get us to think about the downtown really is a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood of mixed uses, commercial, housing, offices, recreation, entertainment type stuff. The other class is going to be a little bit more focused on the design, the built environment, and the economic development opportunities on how we could maybe see ourselves differently than what we see every day, and something that maybe actually has some economic value that could actually become a reality in a certain situation. So now, like Tim said, there are younger, younger people in school, a lot of times they do dream big, and when they unveil their product to us, we just have to kind of take it, and hopefully it'll make us see things differently. Schedule is, we're working on a couple things. We're looking at March 7th. If you want to, go ahead and pencil that on your calendar. It'll be an evening time, and that's where we're going to have one of their public outreach elements, where we're going to invite a lot of the downtown stakeholders to come in and engage these students as they kind of get to formulating what they think the end product's going to be. Right now, they're heavy into the research information. U of L has a strong, large data center that has a wealth of information. So I kind of told them, go to that data center, since it's a resource to you, and find everything about Jeffersontown and mine it down to where we can get some good free data out of it too. That will also maybe help us in other parts of our city and our downtown, and also maybe complement what we're going to be doing under the consultant driven big downtown plan for that Creating Vibrant Communities grant. So that's kind of the office where they're at. I have more information. I'll be sending emails out as we get the rest of their program through the rest of the semester put out. They will then at the very end, me and the mayor will go down to campus and they'll do a mock presentation of what they will ultimately do, fine tune that. And I'm trying to get it to work out where maybe they will come before one of the council meetings and actually do their final presentation. If not, we may just have to have it one evening and invite everybody out.
You might want to say, the reason why we weren't here and had to
Oh,
get help is that we got invited to the Restaurant Association from all the people who are members of it to attend their big gala that night. And I didn't know it was a gala. Fred told me. Thank you, Fred. And so anyway, we went there and we got to meet. The nice thing about it was is everybody was in one place and I don't have to go knocking on door to door to door. And they were all there. I think we made some great contacts. The guy with an Italian restaurant, Vince, has called since then and is looking here. And I'm hoping that maybe he can kind of do something. But it was good contacts for Matt and I to be there. And yeah, that's what we need.
and just to
So-
expand on that, I'm working with the president of that organization. It's called KSA, Kentucky Restaurant Association, and it's statewide. So they, touch everybody statewide. But I'm working with some of them right now where we're gonna maybe try to put together a little focus group, if you will, where we can get a selection of restaurants in this area and then come meet with us and kind of critique us to make sure we hear what they see us as, for we know what our challenges may be if we want to attract these types of restaurants.
Yeah, because we had one guy that we've been showing some property up here and he was very hesitant about coming to Jeffersontown and he lives in Saratoga. And so Matt said, well, what's your hesitation? Tell us what it is. Because if there's a reason why somebody doesn't want to be downtown, I need to hear it from somebody. And so, I think that people are starting to open up and telling us what their objections are or, their pros and cons. So anyway, hopefully it'll be a very good thing that's happening with that.
And that is coming along at a good time because when we embark on this big Creating Vibrant Communities, they're going to come in and do a lot of deep dives. So even having some of that data with us might help shape what our incentives might need to look like if we're trying to do that, or even some of our design features, or even traffic access or parking. So.
Can I say
Okay.
something real quick? The development of downtown, I love it. It's great. It's improved 100%. But I know we always talk about food and restaurants, and I have a big group of girlfriends, and our big thing is to get together and go to little communities and shop.
Yes.
I would love to see stores come into
Me too.
downtown. We look for them. We've been all over doing that. And
Yeah.
we'll go to a little area and we'll be like, there wasn't much to shop.
Well, in
two
that
little-
You gotta
discussion,
have food though, for
Yeah.
the people to locate
Yeah,
their
well, I'm
business.
sorry, I missed that bullet point. We did say boutiques. in
Boutiques,
here.
yes.
Boutique
Yes.
stores.
We're after
I'm sorry, I
boutiques,
missed
too.
my bullet point
I mean,
there.
it's all about getting a mixture of these uses, feet on the street, okay? To where we can attract the
Right.
shops, museums, all those other entrances, And again, how are we even gonna look at the amphitheater? The idea is someone parks down here, eat at a restaurant, shop a little bit, go see a music event, come back up and finish out their evening or somewhere. So yeah, shopping is gonna be a big part of that as well.
Mhm.
Because we explained to them too, there's a lot of baseball tournaments that go on in Skyview. It's in walking distance to downtown. You got 30 to 35,000 extra employees that are in the Commerce Park. They don't have to go to these corridors and eat. They can come over here, eat, shop, wander around here at lunchtime. So we tried to, we only toured them of this area and said, yeah, Action Landscapes down there and there's the library. That could be a good residential spot if you're talking about residential. It looks over, but it's just this view is all we did. So we had to explain the rest of the city. You've got high rises in Plainview. You've got stuff. So, well, I was going to say, but you already went on some of it. The other one was 2 Fridays ago, we had a Zoom call with the Creative Vibrant Community. That is the 100K grant. That is 100% grant. That was just kind of explaining what we would like to probably do with the grant. Road study, parking lots, all that kind of stuff that Matt already explained. So,
Right.
so that's it for economic development. But I wanted to say, we got another claim to fame after reading the J-Town magazine. We were the first city to ever have a divorced person in the Commonwealth, according to Beth Wilder.
Who was that,
In
me?
the history. The first ever divorce in the state of Kentucky
was it?
happened in Jeffersontown. Mrs. Funk.
Funk, Mrs. Funk,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, it's in the
The former Mrs.
Jeffersontown.
Funk.
Yeah.
Former.
In that little magazine, I just got it out.
Yeah, you'll have to read Beth Wilder's article.
I will have to.
She didn't want to
That's
move
funny.
here.
And
That's a divorced person?
Mm.
Oh, that's funny.
lastly, Jimmy, we received a text about a wood chipper and the way you saved us some money on that, the city money. And can you explain a little bit about that? Cause you asked for 80.
Mayor, City Council, thanks. Great question, Tim. As mayor, enlighten you all, we save money. I don't want to deceive you. The price of the chipper is still $82,000. But I saw the concern of some new council members of spending that kind of money in the shape we're in. So what can I do? Long story short, our police department always had an auction down here. And we would put some stuff in time to time and get rid of the stuff that we don't use or it's just totally broke. So I've been collecting all this stuff. It's in the way. And I said, let's get this together. I already had the pictures and what we're going to do it. So we got on govdeals.com. We ran it. And Friday night I got home. It stopped at 10 p.m. And I'm thinking, we get $30,000. We're going to be doing good. I see $72,000. I'm like, whoa, that goes towards the chipper. We're out 10 grand. And so that's how that came about. I don't want to deceive you on money. It is what it is on the price, but that helps us. We're not done. I've still got a couple old pickups that are rusted out that I want to put in there and we'll be covered 100%. So hopefully that's good
Yeah.
news.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
And
Great
one
job,
other
Jimmy.
piece of
Thank you.
good news I want to share with you all. February 2022, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association took a big, you know what, on trucking CDLs across America. You can no longer train yourself and go be trained. They want you to send your people to school. That's $8,000 and 4 weeks away. We're in a dire need of CDLs, with the trucks to push snow or the trolley. They have to have a passenger P. And so it bothered me for a long time. And we went down to the APWA rodeo, Matt, Mayor, and Fred, even Warriors Overalls to participate, I believe. We went down there and we were talking and they're like, hey, we've got an instructor. And I'm like, you got an instructor? And the guy goes, yeah, I'll train your people for $2,000 a piece. I'm like, too much. If they got one, I was at the beginning of time, used to be chauffeur's license. Why can't I be a instructor? So I get on Federal Motor Carrier Association, had my conversations with them. They led me through, said, your background's great, this. You have to go through registries. I'm the certified instructor. Public Works is registered as for theory training class in our meeting room. And our facility is hands on the wheel where they can train on the property. Then we get out on the streets. It's going to theoretically cost us nothing and get through that.
great.
So that's huge
Yay.
news to
So
us.
you're the
Get that.
instructor? You'll be
I'm the
the,
instructor.
he's
You want
instructor.
CDL, Pam, come see me.
Mr.
I
Jimmy.
I do.
Yeah.
What we're gonna
So-
do from here is we're gonna have a meeting and put together some rules and regulations about the people who he's going to instruct. Because I don't want him to instruct them and then they leave and go over to, UPS and get a big job, and leave us
Yeah.
after we
Right.
instructed them.
See, we
So,
get phone calls about,
Non-compete.
are you hiring truck drivers? We're too small of a city. We don't hire truck drivers. If you're coming in, you're going to form concrete, build this, do that, and then you're going to drive a big truck to the job and haul equipment off. And where Metro Louisville, you theoretically can go in. And I'm hoping that we don't have people that's with us now that's going to get their class A or B and their passenger P and then say, hey, I'm out of here. I'm going to go get a job. But we have to have some kind of form of say, wait a minute, if you leave within this amount of time, you owe this kind of money. There's a value to that dollar.
so we're working on that.
Yeah.
So,
So that's
thank
all I
you,
got.
Jimmy.
Thank you.
Very
Great job,
good.
Jimmy.
Great.
Job.
Great job.
Thank you. Trina?
Administration has nothing. I'm sorry.
Kevin?
Mayor, Planning and Zoning has no report.
Okay, thank you very much. Vince?
Public Works has no report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You just had it. And Pam Hickey?
Parks and Rec has nothing, but I would like to say something about, I got a call yesterday, somebody, this is the second time this has happened, said they heard a rumor that we're gonna now start charging for people to park in the public parking lots.
So let me put that to rest. The city of Jeffersontown is not going to be charging to park in our downtown public parking lots. If people who own their own parking lots here want to charge, we don't have any jurisdiction over that. But the city of Jeffersontown will never charge. As of right now, we have no plans to ever charge for you to park downtown. That's what we're here for. It's economic development and that's what we're doing. So, but we don't have any jurisdiction over the private parking lots. But as of right now, you can put that rumor to bed, so it's not happening. That's it for that. Couple things I have to tell you that's going on. First of all, I called Mark this week. And I've had questions from the city council, and I too am very concerned about it. And Fred and I and Holly, and I think we're gonna have a meeting. I don't know who else is in it, Clarissa. This ADP thing, I know that when you look at your warrants, that you see a lot of money going out to ADP. I feel the same that you guys do. It's ridiculous, the amount of money that we're putting in. So right now, I have the revenue department telling me how much money they're bringing in, how much money we're sending back out. I feel, and Fred will disagree with me on that because he tells me I'm not right on this, but I feel like I'm right. Anyway, he tells me I'm wrong. I disagree with him. But, sorry, Fred. But, you know, I feel like if your business is located in Jeffersontown, I don't care if you work from your car, your bathroom, or your office. If your business is located here, then you should be paying occupational taxes. You're driving on our streets, you're coming here. That's how I feel about it. But Fred said I can't do that. So I have to do what our attorney says. That's why I have him, not what I say, because I get you in trouble. So anyway, we are working on this, and whether or not we can keep collecting or not, our economic development manager has been going over there. And we have noticed that there's an increase in cars over there. The other day, there was 562 cars in the parking lot. Somebody's working there. They're not just parking there and catching a bus somewhere.
Where's
So,
over there?
huh?
Where's
ADP.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. So I don't know
Back
what's
again.
going on with it, but we plan on getting to the bottom of it. So I just want to tell you, and thanks. Mark used to work there, so I was trying to get some inside information. But anyway, he don't work there anymore. Next thing is,
Mayor,
Yeah.
Just to clear it up, it's occupational tax refund for the people that don't go to the building to work.
right,
We're not giving the money to ADP. It goes back to the individual
right. I know that.
taxpayer.
But
Well,
I didn't explain it like that.
Yeah.
And
I
this was
just trying to
all
make sure, 'cause they asked me
pre-COVID.
What they were talking about, what do we pay ADP and it's.
Oh, no. I know that.
So,
And
okay.
it was all about COVID.
makes
Thank you,
sense.
Billy, for clarifying that.
Okay, I just want to make sure everybody understood. It wasn't to ADP, was actually getting money.
It's the employees.
Mayor, do we have anything in place to where we can verify at this point?
That's one of the issues that we're going to meet about, and I believe we can correct that with 2 words. I would point out, this is not a tax. This is an occupational license fee. We're not allowed to collect income tax. And if those people are sitting in their car in Jeffersontown, we can collect the tax. If they're at their home in Jeffersontown, we can collect it. But if they're someplace else and they're not on that business's property, we cannot get that license fee.
I know.
Makes sense.
You've told me. I don't like it. But you told me.
Thank you, Fred.
Okay.
That's, I mean, that's something we gotta look at, cause
Yeah,
the way
trying.
the way the world is going, with remote jobs and all that.
More of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. The next thing, this week, Pam Hickey and myself met with Tara Bassett. And for all of you all, I've talked about this before, about the dogs. So, Tara Bassett is very animal proactive. And what we're going to do is that we are going to sponsor a chipping session, and it's going to be the day of our first farmers market. In March, the firehouse is going to be giving out shots and I don't know, license and all that down there. And Kevin Kramer and Stuart Benson and whoever else is involved in that is going to sponsor that. Well, the next month we're going to do the chips. So if you're a Jeffersontown resident, you can come up to our farmers market. We will have volunteers there. We will chip your dog for free. And then I am going to buy 10 chippers, which cost $24.95 a piece. So that it costs the city about $250. And I'm going to distribute them throughout Jeffersontown. So if you see an animal that's loose and you have a heart, then you pick up your dog or your cat, you take it up to somewhere and you find out if it's got a chip. If so, then we'll find a way to get it home. Another thing that they are concerned about, and I talked to Jimmy about this, if you have an animal and you love your animal and it disappears, you would like to know what happens to your animal. So if my dog got out and he never came back, I would want to know, did that dog die or was that dog stolen? So Public Works is now going to, when they pick up a dead animal, they're going to chip them when they pick them up and they're dead. If they are dead, we're going to take it upon ourselves to notify that seller, sorry, I'm in real estate mode, that dog owner, that your dog has been found deceased.
Well, they're not
So-
gonna chip them, they're gonna scan them.
They're gonna scan them.
Scan
Yeah,
'em.
that's right, yeah, scan them.
Hopefully they're already chipped.
Yeah, if they're not chipped, then they just go with Jimmy. No, anyway, other than that, I don't think I have anything. Has anybody got any questions?
Who's
Or
gonna chip at the farmer's market? Somebody's chip
farmer's
there.
market, we're gonna have volunteers to chip
Oh.
people,
Okay.
to
Or
chip, not
chip
chip people, to chip. We need that
Take my
too.
kids up there. Make your, take your kids up there to get chipped.
No, no, they're not
Are
going
they
that.
just free of charge?
Free. I'm buying the
Yes.
chips, 100
Yes.
chips, and
100.
it costs us $600 for that. I'm
So
taking
the
out the
chips
mayor's
are
funds.
600.
Mhm. So it's just a nice service for the community.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Anybody got any questions? Okay,
Mayor, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Yeah, I'm gonna chip people.
Thank you, Bill.
I need to chip people.
That's pretty funny.